This video is for everyone over the age of 16. It's particularly useful if you're over 40 and even more useful if you're peri or post-menopausal. I'm going to tell you about the reasons for fasting, how it works, the different types of fasting, an action plan, and the best strategy to use for fast weight loss. Let's get to it. I'm in my 50s now and I'm in perimenopause, and I've found that fasting has eliminated symptoms and it helps me maintain a stable weight. A note about weight loss and weighing yourself. That way madness lies. It is detrimental to your mental health if you are always on the bathroom scales. So get rid of them. Get someone to hide them or throw them out. Your jeans getting looser will be the only marker you need. To get the most out of fasting and to make it easier, it's best if you eat in a low carb way. And if you want to know more about that and in more detail, check out my video on just that very subject. Here are some of the benefits of fasting. Low blood sugar, healed digestion, increased focus, reduced inflammation, boosted immune system, slow aging, and weight loss. So how does it work? The biggest thing it does is lower your insulin levels, and that is my whole reason for being a nutrition consultant. If you want to know how to tell if you've got insulin resistance and what to do about it, click on the link below and you'll get instant access to an ebook that gives you all you need to know. Fasting also helps the body to repair and renew, and obviously that's exactly what we want to do to get those benefits that we had a look at earlier. It also increases HGH, that's human growth hormone, and that's good for body composition, cell repair, and improving your metabolism. As well as all that, it's making the body use an alternative fuel called ketones. It's fat burning now. You've probably heard of the keto diet and ketosis, and I'm not going to go into all the ins and outs on ketosis, but just know this: your brain prefers that as a fuel, and that's why we get the increased focus. The brain also needs glucose, and you'll probably get other people saying, oh, the brain needs glucose. Yes, it does, but your fantastic body actually makes it for you. On the different types of fasting front, you may well have heard of the 5-2 diet. That's a very famous one. For me personally, I don't like the stop-start of it. I like to have it on a daily basis. It becomes a habit. It becomes easy to implement, and in the end, you don't really think about it. So I'm not going to talk about the 5-2 diet. I'm going to talk about these. So for the different types of fasting, 16-8 is the minimum you should be doing. So 16 hours of fast, 8 hours of eating. Between 11 and 7 is ideal to eat. 18-6 obviously is self-explanatory. You're just extending the fast to 18 hours. So now you're doing 1 till 7 p.m. And then of course you've got 24, again very self-explanatory, extending it further, and now you're really down to one evening meal and maybe a snack either side of that. 1 meal a day, OMAD, so you're just eating in 1 hour, and then you've got alternate day fasting, and that's for people with more to lose or plateauing weight. Before we get fully into fasting and how to do it, you shouldn't do this if you're under 16. You shouldn't do this if you have had anorexia or bulimia in the past, or if you've got any type of eating disorder. And you should definitely ask your doctor if it's going to affect your medication. Also good to know is that, very importantly, if you feel at all unwell while you're fasting, then stop and eat something. That's the brilliance of fasting. You can rectify it just by simply eating. There may be some side effects, and that might happen early on, but it might happen when you go further into your fasting journey. Side effects could be headaches, changes in bowel movement, mood swings, low energy, achy joints, or cravings. You might experience all, some, or none of these. Why does it work for us humans? Pre-agriculture, we would have been hunter-gatherers, and if food was scarce, we needed a mechanism by which we could run on water, and our stored fat would have died out very quickly if we didn't have the ability to fat burn. But of course, in the 21st century, we've got food absolutely everywhere. And it's this overabundance of food and our 24-hour culture that leads to health problems and weight gain. And that's the situation we're in. So here's an action plan of implementing it over 5 weeks. Extremely straightforward. Week 1, of course, is your 16-8. Week 2, 18-6. Week 3, 24. Week 4, 1 meal a day. And week 5 onto alternate day fasting. But it could take you 5 days, it could take you 5 months, it could take you 5 years. It's completely up to you how you use it and when you use it. You might want to eat your main meal at lunchtime, for example. If your weight plateaus or you've got a lot of weight to lose, then I suggest you use that alternate day fasting protocol. So you're using OMAD one day, that 1 meal a day, and then the next day you're not eating at all. It took me a long time to implement alternate day fasting. I had a bit of a mental block with it, to be honest. But since implementing it regularly, I have found that it has done me the power of good, and I feel better than ever. Now, are you sitting there thinking, my God, this woman is mad? What does she mean I'm not going to eat on certain days? I assure you it's a very, very good strategy. And if you don't believe me, just have a look at these scientific studies. There are hundreds more, but I got bored of copy and pasting. Now, when you fast, you're only drinking water, black tea or coffee, or herbal tea. You can't have any sweetener and you can't have any milk because they are going to stop you fasting. Please don't drink diet drinks. They raise your insulin level, and so they are not good to do on a fasting diet. Really useful things to know is that hunger comes in waves. So you will experience hunger, you can't get around that, although hunger does get less and less. Also, water quenches hunger as well as thirst. And if you put a pinch of salt on the back of your tongue and wash it down with water, you will find that actually you're better hydrated. It also keeps your electrolytes up, which is very important. A note on electrolytes: water and salt are important, but magnesium and potassium are essential minerals that need topping up during fasting because we lose them with frequent urination. Black coffee is a brilliant way to get rid of hunger as well. And if you're one of those people who has never drunk black coffee and can't imagine yourself drinking black coffee, believe me, as somebody that used to drink very, very milky coffee, it can be done, and in the end you love it. And it's a brilliant way of keeping those hunger pangs at bay in your fasting period. And the best time to exercise, when you're going to get the most benefit, is in your fasting period. It's a good thing to stop about 30 minutes before you're going to eat. Ease yourself into that though, because going hard at it can mean a drop in blood sugar and leave you very lightheaded sometimes. On no food days, it's best to keep busy. I definitely don't watch television because invariably someone is going to eat and I'm going to want to eat too. If you have to prepare a meal for your family or your partner, then it's best to use something you've pre-prepared, something where you're not going to be smelling cooking for an extended period of time. Better still, get them to feed themselves, to prepare it, and you can take yourself out of the situation entirely and be somewhere else when they're actually eating. With your ongoing fasting journey, you'll actually find that your stomach will shrink and you won't be able to eat as much as you used to be able to. But when you've had an extended fast, it's best not to rush into eating loads more food in one go. So break your fast with a little bit of cold meat or some olives. I like to break my fast with a decaffeinated coffee with some double cream. Just eases me in before I have my main meal, that one meal a day. Remember, these are guidelines. It's your experiment to see how you feel as you do it, and you move through the stages as you want. You might want to mix them up and do them in different formats on different days. It's totally up to you, and you are bound to see benefits very quickly. This really is the best way of resetting your body, improving your health, and getting to a balanced weight, the weight your body wants to maintain. I'd love to hear how you get on if you implement it. If you're already doing fasting, you've got other thoughts and comments, please leave them below. And if you've found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you get my newest content. Thanks for watching. See you next time.